Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to Cobweb for our very last day on this island, which is super exciting. But it's also, a little sad because I am sad to see this island go. I met so many of you throughout this challenge. We had so much fun building it, and I really do love how this island turned out. So it is a little sad to go, but I'm excited for our next adventure. But before that happens, we are back on Cobweb for one last video, an extra 31st episode of our 30-day challenge, and we're going to be doing the tour today. As a reminder, this island was a challenge island, so we had a few rules. The island had to be complete in 30 IRL days, so I couldn't play for like 45 days. I had to play within the 30 days, and I mean, I could have done less, but I still needed the 30 days. Trust me, I needed the 30 days. We had to decorate everything, so the whole island is decorated, including the beaches. All of the homes are decorated as well, including my house. Every single room in my house is decorated. And then we did decorate all of the villager homes, the exteriors and interiors, which meant the DLC was also required. And for all of those 10 villagers, I either had to hunt for them or autofill them or come in a campsite. We didn't end up getting any campsite villagers, but one of the villagers that we got was actually one of the villagers that we started with, so he was technically an autofill. Everyone else was hunted for. Nintendo Online was allowed and we did use it. I didn't use any of my spicy software. I only used Treasure Islands, which was very different for me, but we managed to do it. And then also time traveling was allowed because I don't think there's any other way I would have finished this island if it wasn't for time traveling. So yeah, we made the entire island in those 30 days, following all of those rules. So pat yourself on the back, guys. We did it. We need to be proud of ourselves. But with all of that said, let's take a little look at the map here. And as you can see, the dream address is down at the bottom for you. So if you want to tour along with us, make sure to go visit that dream address. I also left a bunch of presents in front of resident services. So if you are touring along with me or you visit it later on today or whenever, make sure to grab a costume. I have 3 different costumes there for you. I also have a bunch of fun handheld items. So I'm excited to see what costume you guys pick because there's a really funny one and I love that one. But yes, this is our map and these are all of our villagers. So Rod was one of our starters, so we basically autofilled him. Everyone else we found on a hunt. So we have Bob, Sally, Cleo, Teddy, Lobo, Kiki, Lucky, Muffy, and Nan. And you can see on the other side of the screen, we do have all of the in-game buildings, and they're all actually on the mainland of the island this time. I didn't decorate any of them on the beaches, and any of the buildings that could be upgraded were upgraded. So the museum is upgraded, Nook's Cranny is upgraded, and resident services is also. And as you can see, we have a very angular kind of grid-like structure going on to the island. So that was super fun to make, and I think the map is pretty cool. It's a lot more terraforming than I usually do, so love how this turned out. But I think it is time for us to actually tour the island. So we're at the airport, so let's just go down into our entrance. And I didn't mention in the intro what kind of theme this island was, but this was a kidcore Halloween, kind of like town core, city core-ish type island, and this is our beautiful entrance. I really just wanted a big pumpkin display to show that it is kind of like a Halloween island. So we have that big pumpkin display in the front, perfect for pictures, and if you do take any pictures, make sure to tag me in them on Instagram, or I do have a Discord. If you want to share it in Discord, that would be perfect too. But yeah, this is our entrance. And at our entrance, there are a couple ways you can go. I, for one though, am going to go this direction for the tour, but if you tour yourself, you can go any direction you want. But going down this way, we do have a little sitting area, so maybe you're waiting for someone at the airport, you can just sit here and wait for them to arrive. And in between our chairs, we have just a tiny little pumpkin patch, which I think turned out super cute, and it's just a nice little space filler for a Halloween island. And if we continue this way, we get to the haunted house, which you do have to beware because there have been ghost sightings here. So proceed with caution to the haunted house. But we have this natural little trail that leads up to the big, giant, scary haunted house, which is honestly one of my favorite builds on this island. I think it turned out so cute. It's a bunch of simple panels that have like a haunted house design, and all of the custom designs I used on this island will be down in the description for you. So if you want to use any in the future, you can find them there. This was our second build I think we made on the island, and I think it turned out really fun and just like a little scary on our kidcore island. And I feel like in a lot of kid movies for Halloween, there's always like a scary house. So I thought this was perfect. In this area, you can also get to the beach. You can like wiggle through right here and get down to this beach, but you can also get down to this beach if you come from up here, which I'll show you in a little bit, but just letting you know, you can wiggle on through if you want to get to the beach right there. And down there, it's just a bunch of mushrooms and spooky trees and all of that fun stuff. But we're going to continue up this way instead of looking at the beaches right now, and we have this lovely frozen arch. I love this set for this island. It's so fun, especially once it gets later into the night. It does glow really fun. But if we continue on this way, we get to our second fake building, but our first kind of like shop type building on the island, and this is the island's post office. So this is the Ghost Post. Apparently it's a post office run by ghosts, I guess. But we have some materials out front if you want to send out some packages. We also have a little writing area if you want to write a letter and send it to one of your friends, and then you can drop off your mail in any of these mail slots. This fake building was super fun, and it's a little bit different than my normal fake buildings I used to make, so I had a lot of fun with some other items, but I think it turned out super cute. So come visit that part. And if you continue on this way, we do have a little beach, and right here is just some filler. And if you come down this way, this is how you can get down to the mushroom beach. So you can see we have a bunch of mush parasols, partitions, we have a bunch of flowers and wheat fields. I called this one the mushroom beach, so we have a couple different themed beaches, and that one is the mushroom beach, but that is right next to the post office. And then if we continue on this way, we have a few more stores, and this store is Biscuit's Candy Shop, which unfortunately we weren't able to get Biscuit on the island, but his shop is here. So he runs his business from a different location. Maybe he just has some like really trustworthy employees that he trusts with his candy shop. But you can get your treat baskets here. You can get some cotton candy. You can also buy the Happy Home Paradise chocolate boxes here. And then, of course, you can grab your own sweet little treat basket if you want to go trick-or-treating on the island. And then next to that, we have another little shop, and this is Lucky's last stop, which is actually a funeral home, which it is a little dark for a kidcore island, but I really love how this island turned out, but I'm also very excited with how this build turned out. So if you just do the camera trick over here, you can get the whole thing in frame. And as you can see up there, we have some spooky gargoyles. We used the castle items. You can also pick out an urn or a tombstone and say your goodbye wishes to Wish himself. Maybe pick out some flowers for the funeral. This building is so fun, and I love that I was able to use some other items other than like bookshelves and the wide display stands. I think it turned out really cute. As cute as a funeral home can be, I guess. And then over here we also have a golden casket. So if you're very rich, you can be buried in a golden casket as well. And then I guess let's head on over this way. This is Resident Services. Resident Services was the last area I decorated, and it's very simply decorated. We just have a spooky arch, and then we have some fencing, and then down here are all the presents. So this black set is a costume, this green set is a costume, the orange is a costume, and then the purple is a bunch of handheld items, so you can have a pick out what you want to use. And then on the other side of Resident Services, we have a little tunnel of pergolas, so you can just run down from the pumpkin patch into Resident Services if you need to. So that's an easy little tunnel for you to take. And then below Resident Services, we actually have a rock garden, which I'm super happy with. I feel like I'm obsessed with rock gardens now, and this one turned out really cute. And Bob is one of our villagers who apparently wants to teach me a reaction in the middle of my tour. But yeah, oh, maybe he knows this is the last video and he wants us to cry about it. That's actually pretty fitting. Thank you, Bob. But yeah, this is our rock garden. I just have a little glowing moss pond in the center and then glowing moss stools. I actually think Is this one out of place over here? Is this one supposed to be over here? I don't remember where they're supposed to be, but let's just move it right there for now. I think that looks good. You might notice that's out of place in the dream address, but at this point, I've already reset the dream address like 4 times. I'm not doing it again. But let's continue on our tour up here. We just have a cute little walkway with some plaza benches. And then if we come over here, this is our island's pumpkin patch. So if you just walk over here, there is a little ladder for you to go up. This is not a ladder, this is a staircase. There is a staircase, and you can check out and get your ticket to the pumpkin patch. And if you pick a pumpkin over here, you can also take it to a table and carve it to make a little jack-o'-lantern. Or we also have a little food station where you can get a pumpkin food item and you can enjoy it at these tables over here. But yeah, this is just a small little like pumpkin patch where you can come and pick and carve and maybe cook your own pumpkins at the same place. I don't know. I think it turned out really cute. I love all the different colors of pumpkins. We did use all of the colors in this patch, which I think is really fun, especially for like a kidcore island. And then if you are up here, you can also get a view of the neighborhood that we're not quite at yet. We will explore this a little bit later, but you can get a pretty good view of the neighborhood from up here. And of course, Lucky himself walking down the stairs is super adorable. But if we continue on, we can go back down here and we're going to head to the left again, and that will take us over to the hay maze. So in front of the hay maze, real quick, we just have some simple decorations. You can come and buy a ticket and sign the waiver. Just in case you get lost in the hay maze, you do have to sign the waiver for the island protection, where please don't sue us, it's just a hay maze. But yeah, you can come in here. It's not too much of an actual maze. It's pretty easy to get around, but it's super fun just to run through here with all of the wheat fields. And it does exit out this other side. So you can exit out here or enter that side, it doesn't really matter. And then going back down this way a little bit, this comes to the movie in the park area. So I wanted to make a little movie theater, and this is kind of how it turned out. It's more like a movie in the park situation. I don't know if you ever had those as a kid, but we'd have like movies in the park and they'd always show like kid friendly or like family friendly movies. So you can come here and lay on your blanket and watch a movie. And I don't know what they're showing, maybe like Halloween Town. That's a favorite Halloween movie. But yeah, there's a bunch of little areas for the kids to sit. You can come and get your treats or like an adult beverage, some popcorn, and then the adults can sit back and gossip over in their little sections. Over here we have another seating area. And then maybe you just want a drink or a snack. You can also get that here, and some more cotton candy, which is super fun. So that's the movie theater, which I think turned out really fun, and you guys actually voted for that build. So yeah, you guys wanted that one. And then over here is another beach, and this is the yoga beach. So you can come here and do some yoga. We have one set up down there and one set up up here as well. So 2 different areas for you to do some beach yoga, which I think is very fun and relaxing. So that's the beach, and it does go all the way down into that little filler area and the mushroom beach, but I'm not going to go back there because you already saw that area, so I don't think we need to see it again. I would also recommend when you do visit the island, there is a good amount of lag on this island, so if you are visiting, I would just walk around the island instead of running. Running, you might get some like things popping into frame weirdly and like the lag of the items. So I think walking is the best bet for you. But over here we have our rock concert. Oh, CJ's also here today. Hello. But yes, this is our rock concert. So there is a bunch of seating down here for you to sit back and jam out to your favorite band. Maybe this is where KK Slider comes and does his performance. I also noticed in my last episode of the 30-day series that this wasn't pushed up all the way against the cliff, and I did fix that, so that is fixed, and we have that frozen partition covering the cliff. And for your beverage and popcorn needs, you can get some over here. We also have some normal drink machines and snack machines. You can also buy the records here and maybe some memorabilia like merch from the band. And not only can you see the rock concert from down here, but you also have VIP access, so you can actually go up and go backstage to the concert. So we just have this little changing room area. Maybe they need to do a quick change in between sets. They can also sit back and drink some water to take a little rest in between acts. And then you can come up and you should be able to get to all of the music equipment, so you can get to all of the guitars, and you can sneak back here and play the drums as well. And then on this side, you can also see how the show is managed. So we just have like a little sound thing back here for the tech guys to make sure the show goes on without any hitches. But that, I think, turned out really fun. It's a really fun interactive build, I think. And that also leads us to one of the last beaches as well. I guess it's not the last beach, but it's the last beach on this side. Oh, also, we have a little gift for you wrapped right here. So if you come to the island, you can use that as well. This island was once upon a time a 5-star island as well, but it is now down to 4 stars because we have a lot of items in that back right corner, which you'll see pretty soon. But we have a little painting beach. You can come here and paint whatever your heart desires. And that also leads us to the trash rock, which is super fun right next to your serene painting area. But you can come here, sit on a little stool, and paint while looking out into the sunset, which I think is super fun and relaxing. And it looks like CJ's enjoying the beach as well. But if we continue on this way, this will lead over to the campsite. And we actually have a campsite visitor here. I'm going to let you guys guess who's in there, but I did load them through Amiibo, so I do know who's in there. But we have a little camp area where you can sit and tell spooky ghost stories or listen to music, maybe play the ukulele and just have fun together. We also have a bunch of tents for you to spend the night if you want to, and of course the big tent for our villager. And this is just one of the natural areas on the island. We only have a couple natural areas, but I think this area is so fun and it's very lush, very different from the rest of the town vibe. And then that's pretty much the campsite. Oh yeah, I also have a little fishing area over here, and I made this little pond. I don't know if you can see it too well, but I thought it looked like a little pumpkin right there. So I thought that was really cute and just a little Halloween, I don't know, way to show it was a Halloween island. And then if we continue this way, this leads us over to the big neighborhood. And in front, we just have a little doggy park, which I think turned out really cute. It's my first time ever making a dog park, so I think it turned out pretty good. I love all the little puppies. They're so adorable. And then here are all of the villager homes. I'm not going to go into the villager homes, but they are all decorated. So if you visit, you can see all of the houses. I also have a whole video where I make all of them. The only one that's changed since then is Nan's house, but that is also in the final touches day. So if you want to see the inside of Nan's upgraded house, you can check that out as well. But we just have a little tiered neighborhood. So we have 2 down at the bottom and then 2 rows of 4. We have a bunch of houses this way. You can also sit and take a little chill on either side. All of the villagers also have a little spooky treat basket outside so they can hand out candy to all the trick-or-treaters. And yeah, it's pretty much the same up top, just with 4 more villagers. But we do have another giant spooky pumpkin at the top, which I think is really fun. And this just continues on both ways. All of the houses have been like recustomized on the outside to be a little bit more fitting for the island, which I think turned out really cute. As you can probably tell, our main color scheme is orange, purple, green, and black on the island, so they all kind of fall into that color scheme as well. And again, you can get a pretty good view from the pumpkin patch. Unfortunately, you can't see everything from up there, but I think it still turned out cute. And over here we just have I guess a human playground instead of like a dog park. It's a human or villager park as well, so you can come here and play and let out some energy. But continuing this way, this is a super fun area on the island. This is the land bridge, and I did get this idea from another content creator. I'll have them linked down below. I also gifted you a little wetsuit, so you can put this on and then you can run down the land bridge and jump into the water down here, which I think is super fun. And I do have a clip of that at the very end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But it's just a really fun land bridge with a bunch of balloons on either side. I think this is so fun. And then I do really love the frozen fence in this area as well. Another super fun glowing item. Alright, but continuing on this way, we are going to go over to a beach real quick. So if you continue down this way, we do have a little like locked out area which has somehow been opened, and as you can see back here, we have lots of aliens visiting us. So the little gyroid aliens, and then they have all their UFOs and their nova lights and everything, so make sure to stay safe from all of the aliens. And then this just goes down into some normal beach decor. We have like a little food truck down here with all of the little garden chairs that you can sit in, so you can come get your sandwich and then eat them here on the beach, which I think is super cute and just like a normal beach decor. But going this way, we do get to the museum, which has turned into a graveyard. So over here, we have a bunch of graves with their flowers. We have some beautiful statues over here. And same thing on this side, just a couple more graves. I also did add some more lily of the valleys because they were popping up everywhere on my island, and I had to use them somewhere, so. But yeah, that is the museum, and it's turned into like a cemetery or a graveyard. I guess it's a cemetery if the building is a church, so I guess it's up to you if you want to think that the museum is a church or not. But continuing this way, we have the glowing tunnel, which is probably my favorite part of the island. You can just run down here and it's super fun. All of the frozen arches. I don't know why I think it's so cool, but I do. And then up here is actually my house, which has been themed to be very green and orange. So if we whip out our camera here, you can get a little bit of a better view. We have a lot of balloons and just green and orange all over. I love how this area turned out. It was again inspired by another creator that I will link down below for you as well. But we just did our own little spin on it, which I think is really cool. But actually, let's go visit the inside of my house because I did decorate it this time. Alright, so the front room is just kind of like a living room area. So we have some packages up here. We have some maybe like letters that we got in the mail or something over here with our bookshelf. We have a little bench for you to put on your shoes when you get home, or I guess take them off when you get home or put them on when you're leaving. And then if we do a quick little spin back here, we just have a little couch and TV set up back here, and then we have a desk over here for me to edit all my videos and get them up for you guys. And this house interior, well, this room was inspired by Liz the Last, so I'll leave her video down below as well. And then back here we do have the interior of Biscuit's candy shop. So for a couple of the rooms, I decorated them as the interiors of the buildings or just the areas that we had on the island. So this back room is Biscuit's candy shop. So you can sit here and order your candy at the counter, and then you can come and sit and drink your juice or your candy or whatever. I think this is my favorite room in the whole house. I just love how this turned out. And the glowing moss stickers are my new favorite item in the game, honestly. And then let's go look at the room on the right. This is the interior of Lucky's Last Stop, so just a little funeral home. We have some benches here for you to sit and mourn your loved one. And then back here we do have another photo of Wisp. If we do a quick little 360, you can say your goodbye wishes to Wish. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say other than it's like a little funeral home, which is kind of sad, but that's the shop that we had to use, so. And then going across here, we can go into the post office. Like I said, this is the post office. So up here we have like the employees that can help you mail out your letters. Over here we have an area where you can type up your letters, or you can write them with like a typewriter or on paper. We have little post office boxes for you to use, and then also ABDs, so you can get out some bells so you can make sure that you have enough money to send your letters. And I think this area turned out super cute, and it's a lot nicer of a post office than I've ever been to, but I think that's a good thing. Most post offices are pretty sterile. And then I think next I want to go downstairs because I really love that room too. And downstairs we have the photo op room. So you can whip out your camera and take a cute little festive picture here with the backdrop and all the pumpkins and scarecrows. I just love how this room turned out. I think it's so adorable. And it's supposed to go with like the hay maze or like the fall festival kind of feel, or like the pumpkin patch. They always have those setups for you to take pictures with your family, so that's what this room was supposed to be. And then let's go upstairs. This is our last room, which isn't very kid friendly. I guess this is where all the parents of the island go, And this is the bar, which I kept calling the smoothie bar because that just seemed more kid friendly. But we just have a cute little bar area where you can play some pool or play some music. As you can see, we have lots of KK records on that wall over there. And then over here, you can grab your drink at the bar. You can sit down, just chill out with your friends. And then you can actually come back here and be the bartender. You kind of got to squeeze, but you can fit back there a little bit. And then we have the giant tanks of smoothie prep, I guess. But yeah, that's the upstairs room, which I do think it turned out cute. It's just not very kidcore if I have to give it a critique. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I thought it was funny when I was setting my DA. I don't really have a bed in my house, so I did have to use the little hay beds down here. Yeah, I set my DA using this hay bed over here, which I was glad they turned into a bed because I had nowhere else to do it. But outside of my house, we just have this little walkway. On either side, we have like a little flower farm kind of deal, matching the orange and green vibes. And it's just a cute little walkway. And same thing, the flowers over here. And I really love how this house turned out. I think it's super fun. And I don't know what Muffy's doing, but over here, it's just like, oh, she's thinking. The DA is already set, so you can't leave. But this little walkway does lead over to resident services, so you can get back over there. But to continue our tour, we're going to continue over this way and ignore the thinking sheep because she's not moving. But over on this beach, I don't know if I can wiggle through over here. We just have some normal like beach decor over here, so I think I can get down over here. We have some beach chairs and beach balls, some drinks for you to drink, and it's very kind of like cozy, some beach blankets, just some more like normal beach decor. Over here we have our last little shop, and this is the potion shop. So you can get your spooky cauldrons over here. You can pick up your glowing moss. You can check out and everything, which I think is super cute. Also, let me know what's in this message in the bottle if you visit and it's still there. We have a little picnic spot over here, and then we have the laundry beach, which is, yeah, just a place for you to do your laundry. So you can hang dry your clothes, you can wash and fold and use the baskets over here. Pretty simple, but I thought it was a cute little filler for the beach. And then over here is our Nooks Cranny and our Able Sisters. So Able Sisters has put up all of their Halloween costumes for you to buy. You can get your Jack head over here. You can change, which I actually did use to change my outfit for many videos. I used that. But yeah, you can get your little costume over here and wear it around when you're trick-or-treating. And then over here, Nook's Cranny was kind of turned into like kind of like a toy store. We have like some balls and boxes over there. You can get your shopping cart, which always reminds me of Publix. If you live in the South, you may know Publix. It's just a grocery store. But I love how these buildings turned out, and I'm proud of myself for actually decorating around the in-game buildings. And if we continue on over this way, I think we're at the very end. We already saw the rock garden, but if you go down here, we have one more beach left. So we just have a little sitting area over here. You can watch the planes take off and land, which is super fun. And then over here, we just have like a little treat building where you can get your treats, come and sit by the water and enjoy that. Maybe catch some sturgeon over here if they pop up. But yeah, that's the beach. Very proud of myself for actually decorating the beaches. And before I say goodbye to you, I do have a couple clips of some friends that came over to the island as a goodbye party. So I'm going to roll those right now for you. And we'll just have some shots of the island, which I think turned out really cute. But friends, thank you so much for watching the tour, and thank you so much for watching this series. This was honestly such a fun challenge for me, and I met so many of you during this challenge. So many of you found my channel, so thank you so much for supporting the channel and the challenge. And Lucky is looking so cute right now. I'm really proud of myself for finally finishing a challenge island. I hope you enjoyed the series, and I'm very excited for the next island, so stay tuned next week for that release. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, friends!